What's going on, everyone? Surgical Snipes here, back at it again with another FC mobile video. What is going on, everyone? It's been a while, y'all. It's been a while since I uploaded a FC mobile video, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about what has happened. All right. For those who don't know who I am, for those who don't know my story, my name is Surgical Snipes. I'm the true #1 FC mobile player in the world in public matchmaking. No, not the #1 tournament player in the world. That guy is a Thai player by the name of Totonaka22. He's won multiple tournaments, FC mobile tournaments, and yeah, he's the GOAT for tournaments, for FC mobile tournaments. I have yet to compete in any FC mobile tournaments. I haven't been invited, and I haven't participated in any of the qualifiers because I haven't had the chance to, because my team's OVR was way too low to even have a chance. As good as a player that I am, even with my one-of-a-kind PvP talent, there's definitely limits to this shit, right? I was, for the longest time, running with a 93 OVR Gold Team. A 93 OVR Gold Team. No substitutes. No badges. No playstyles equipped. None of that stuff. And I was doing this for a couple years, I was running a bunch of FC Mobile matches these last couple years using a gold squad, a 93 OVR gold squad. And that's how I was able to prove that I'm the #1 player of the entire game in public matchmaking, right? 9-time FC champion. I climbed to FC champion 9 times using a 93 OVR gold team. No subs, no badges, and no playstyles equipped. So what has happened, What has happened? Well, yesterday I made the decision to stop using the gold team. Why? Well, I did it for years already, right? I climbed to FC champion 9 times using a gold team, and I think it was time to upgrade the squad and make the game a little bit more playable. I was getting kind of tired already of going up against teams that are 20 plus my OVR, 20 sometimes 30 plus my OVR. So after a couple of years of playing under these conditions, I think it's time to I thought it was time. Hey, you know what? It's time to make a little upgrade. So, anyways, y'all, this is gonna be the team now. I'm running a 110 OVR team now, 110 OVR squad. This is pretty much last year's Team of the Year team. This is the last year's Team of the Year. This is the 2025 Team of the Year squad. And then Messi here is part of last year's TOTS squad from the TOTS event, TOTS 25. So I have pretty much a Team of the Year / TOTS 25 team. So this is the new team, y'all. I can see the difference right away. I saw the difference right away on how the game plays and how my players are moving and all that. It's a major upgrade from using a gold team. All right, y'all. So that's the team now. It's pretty much almost identical to my gold team that I had. We just added the only difference is that we got Rafinha as our right winger, and we got Messi as our cam. We still got Rodri, but now instead of Tonali, we have Declan Rice, and for our right back, we have Carvajal now instead of Koundé, and Martinez now instead of Courtois. Right, but still, we still got some of the core players here. We got Rodri, we got Hernandez, Van Dijk, Saliba, and Vinny Jr. And of course, last but not least, we got Mbappe. So the team is still pretty much the same almost, just a couple different additions. And of course, the team is upgraded now to a 110 OVR. So now I'm pretty much, the team is now, instead of the team being 3 years old, it's pretty much now 1 year old. It's 1 year. I'm 1 year. I'm still 1 year behind on the OVR, right? But if you guys see my matches now on how I'm playing, it's a major difference right now. Now when I'm going up against players that have 120 OVR, it's not that difficult for me, you know, compared to when I was running a gold team. Now, where is that gold team, you might be wondering? It's gone. All right, the gold team is gone, you know. It's gone because I had to use them to train all of my players here for my new squad, so they're gone. I was able to still keep a couple gold players. I was able to keep a gold Ronaldo card and a gold Messi card. At rank 30 and rank 29. Train level 30, train level 29. Orange rank cards. And I still have this base Mbappe card. He's worth 10 mil. Might as well sell him, but I don't think anybody's buying him. Nobody wants to buy him right now. So, anyways, we got a bunch of silver cards here. All right, y'all, but that's the team, you know. That's the team right now. And yeah, you know, I'm gonna keep going with it. We're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good on the on this season here. Right now we are in the champion season. Little less than 2 weeks left to go in the season still. I'm at Legendary 2 division right now. And I'm on track to climb into FC Champion again. When I do it, then it'll be my 10th FC Champion. This will be my first time not equipping a 93 OVR Gold Team to reach FC Champion. Right, I used a 93 OVR Gold Team, no substitutes, no badges, equipped to climb to FC Champion. Right, if you guys want to check out the climb, it's all there in the on my playlist. And yeah, you know, that's what it is, y'all. Nobody else has done that. I'm sure there has been players that climbed to FC Champion using a gold team, but without substitutes, without badges, I don't know. I haven't seen one. Have you guys seen that? Have you guys seen another FC Mobile player climb to FC Champion? Right, going from all the way from World Class Division to Legendary Division to climb all the way to FC Champion using a gold squad with no substitutes equipped and no badges equipped. Have you guys seen that? I haven't seen it. You know, if you guys are really interested in that stuff, go check it out. Go see on YouTube. Go check to see if there's anybody that does that. Because from what I'm seeing, because I checked it out already. From all I'm seeing, I'm the only guy that does it. And since I'm the only guy that does it, that means I'm the number one player of the game. Right? That's what it is, right? If nobody else has done that, right? If I'm able to go up against teams who are 20 plus my OVR, 20, 25, even 30 plus my OVR, you know, what do you guys think I would do if the OVR was the same? Right? For the last couple years, I think since 2023 or 2024, I've just been using a gold team. So now that I'm using a this team right here, now that I got an upgrade, now that I upgraded my squad to from 93 OVR now to 110 OVR, now I'm going up against players who are 10, 15, at most 20 plus my OVR, right? Because most players nowadays, currently in August 2026, most players are running teams that are in the 120s, right? 120, 125. I think the highest now you can get your team up to now, the max is 130. It's either 130 or 131. So all the players in FC Champion Division, they're all running squads that are in the 120s. Not to mention all the cheaters out there, right? Who somehow found a way to cheat the system and they keep racking up wins, unlegit wins versus their alt or one of their buddies or whatever they do. Or they just lag switch people out of the games or something. We've seen it already before with some creators, right? With some YouTubers or some FC champions, right? They're streaming their matches and then the match all of a sudden becomes unplayable. So it is what it is. There's a bunch of cheating going on to this day in public matchmaking, especially in FC Champion Division matches, right? It is what it is, y'all. All right, but, let's look at the leaderboard here for a second. All right, the leaderboard's here. So, right now it currently says I'm topped with 2 million, top 2.2 million here. I'm still not an FC champion. I should hit FC champion the next day or two if I really focus, right? Because the competition is difficult, right? If the match isn't lagging or anything, then I have more than great chances. But it's still, I have to make up for the stats disadvantage, the OVR mismatch. I'm still going up against players 10, 15 plus my OVR. And for me, that's normal, right? Because that's what I've been doing for this whole time. For years now, right? But like I said, the game is playing way more easier now. It's playing way more smoother. It's way more easier now because I upgraded the squad. So now, will the other squad come back? Will the gold squad come back? Yeah, I'll bring it back. It's not like I'm never gonna play with a gold team again. I've been doing it for years, so I'll go back to it. But right now, I wanted to make the game a little bit more playable. And with 110 OVR, the game is playing way more better. So, anyways, yeah. So if you look here at the leaderboards, everybody here is running at least 120 plus OVR teams. Right, this guy has 130 OVR, 120s, bunch of 120s, 130s. It's pretty much between 125 and 130, pretty much. I haven't seen anything lower than 120 here.
But that's what it is right now currently. For the legit players, I'm not talking about the players here that are cheaters, but I'm talking about the players who are legit. For them to do what they do, they're gonna be running these 125 plus OVR squads because that's the current meta right now. That's the current OVR, and it just keeps getting higher every season, right? There's always new cards being introduced, and what do the top players do? They just pick up the strongest cards as soon as it becomes available, right? That's the name of the game. So these guys are just playing on a pretty much even playing field, right? No more than a 5 OVR difference, give or take, right? Whereas what I did, or what I do, is that this whole time I just been going up against players 15, 20 plus my OVR. 15, 20, 25, even 30 plus my OVR. So that's why I am so good at the game, right? That's why I was able to do all what I have done in this game, is because I've played the game at such a disadvantage intentionally, right? I did it like this. Why? Because I wanted to make a point. I wanted to prove. I wanted to make the claim, right? I wanted to say, okay, you know what? If I'm gonna self promote myself as the number one player of the game, people are gonna have to believe my story. I'm gonna have to make the evidence so crystal clear, where people are not gonna be able to debate it, right? I'm claiming to be the number one FC mobile player in the whole entire world, for crying out loud, right? In the entire world. So, uh, it's a big claim, right? And in order to do that, I had to do it under those conditions, right? I was like, okay, what should I do? What could I do to do that? And then that's when I had the idea. I had the idea to just use a gold team. So then, anyways, long story short, I did that for these last couple years, using a gold team, and then I climbed to FC champion 9 times under those conditions, right? No subs, no badges, and now with this 110 OVR team, I got the OVR upgrade, but still no substitutes and no badges and no playstyles equipped, right? Because now the new cards, they have playstyles on them, so pretty much no subs and badges and playstyles equipped. Just OVR got bumped up a little bit more, right? I'm still at a disadvantage. I'm still at a disadvantage here, right? There's players. This team is from last year. This is a 2025 Toddy team. This is last year's team. This is last year's team of the year / team of the season team, right? The only team of the season player I have here is team of the season 2025 Messi, and then the rest are team of the year players, right, from 2025. So I'm still a year behind, and I'm able to still compete against against players that are using the current current meta teams in the 120s. So, you know, for there's people who doubt me. Of course, people are going to naturally be skeptical. It's like, oh, this guy's crazy. He's claiming to be the number one player. I'm like, dude, before you even, and this is the message I have for them. Before you even, try to criticize or judge what I do in this game, or try to make my claim unlegit somehow, attempt to invalidate what I'm saying, just ask yourself, what are you running? What kind of team do you have? Do you equip substitutes? Do you equip badges? Do you equip play styles? Okay, so if all those check marks are ticking, if the answer was yes to all those, then you're not the same kind of FC Mobile player I am. And that's the truth. You can take it for however you want to hear that information. It's the truth. All right, you cannot prove to anybody that you're a better FC Mobile player than me if you're equipping all that extra shit. Why? Because I don't have to equip all that extra shit to win my matches, right? I don't have to put in substitutes at halftime. I don't have to equip badges to increase some of my stats or even my OVR, right? There's badges out there that can increase your OVR by one or two OVR or some shit. So, if you guys need to equip all that shit to score your goals, then you're not the same kind of FC Mobile player that I am. All right, so and that's not to rage bait anyone, right? I'm not here to rage bait people. People might assume that's what it is. People might interpret it as like that, but it's not. I'm just stating the facts, right? If you're gonna equip all that extra shit to score your goals, then you have no say in this on this topic, right? You need to equip all that extra shit to score your goals. I don't, right? And just recently, I was just using, for the last couple years, a 93 OVR Gold Team with no subs, no badges, equipped. So, you know, let's be honest here. Imagine what I can do if the OVR was the same, exactly the same, right? So that's what people are dealing with when they're playing against me in these public matches, right? In public matchmaking, that's the kind of player you're dealing with. You're dealing when you're playing FC Mobile against me. As long as the internet connection is good and all that shit, right? You're going up against a player who can legitimately win the match versus teams that are 20 plus my OVR. 20, 25, even 30 plus my OVR. Or at least I have a chance to, right? Remember, it's not a fair fight. It's not a fair match. The teams with the higher OVR, they have higher stats and all that shit, right? They run faster, they defend better, they shoot better, all that good stuff, right? So that's what it is, y'all. If you need to equip all that extra shit, or if you have higher OVR than I do when we're in our match, which pretty much everybody does, then you have no say on this topic because you don't know what it's like. You guys don't know what it's like to climb to FC champion using a gold team with no substitutes or no badges equipped or none of the extra stuff equipped. So because you guys, I know for a fact you guys haven't done that, then there's no valid debate here, right? There's no debate really. All these guys, and how about the FC champions, right? Like I said before, all the FC champions, they're all running the current OVR squads, right? 125, at least 125 to 130, right? Because they're going to be going in there with the highest OVR possible, because that's just how it is, to be able to have the advantage or just to even make the game as even as possible, right? So that's what it is, and I'm not taking away anything from them. These players, a lot of them are legit players, right? But they are competing versus other players who have similar OVR. So they're able to win their matches on a more even playing field or at an advantage. Whereas me, I win matches when I'm at a major disadvantage. Now some might argue, oh shit, well you're fucking going in with maxed out training level 30, a maxed out team. Even though it's a low OVR, it's still a maxed out team, yeah. But what do you think the other guys are doing? The guys in the top FC champion with 50 plus stars, 100 stars, 200 stars. They're doing the same exact shit, except they're going in with the best teams possible, right? So that's what it is, y'all. Ain't nobody did what I did in this game. Nobody climbed to FC champion 9 times under those conditions with a gold team. I don't want to hear it. There's nothing like that on YouTube. So nobody, except for what I do or what I did. So I don't want to hear it. Like I said, there's no valid claim. There's no valid reason for people to doubt what I'm saying on this. You know, we don't even know just how crazy it would get if I'm using the same OVR as the other guy. We don't even know. We don't even know how crazy the goal difference would be, right? If I can already score 2 or 3 goals when the guy has 20 plus my OVR, how many more goals do you think I'd score if the OVR was the same? I pretty much double my goals, right? So I'd be winning by 4 or 5, maybe even 6 goals sometimes if the OVR was the same, right? And that's just me being real about it. You guys haven't seen guys with gold squads winning matches versus players 20 plus their OVR, have you? You have if you've been watching my story, if you've been following my story. But if you're new here, then if you check it out, go look online. Like I said, go on YouTube and check it out. You won't see anybody else like that because they don't exist, right? Nobody even attempts to do that. Nobody even wants to try and do that, right? It's like this crazy thing, Of course, people don't want to play with such a major disadvantage, right? So, anyways, y'all. So that's how I figured it out. It was me, right? That I'm the #1 player in public matchmaking. Okay, but public matchmaking isn't the main show, right? The main show is the big stage is the tournaments, right? The FC Mobile Pro tournaments that are going on. What just happened right now last week. And like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, right? The FC Mobile Pro tournament GOAT #1 player is a guy named Totonaka22, a player from Thailand. Thailand right now is showing some great things right now, for a while now. Thailand is showing that they have some of the best players in the world, including the best tournament player in the world right now currently, which is Totonaka22. Right, he won the tournament at least like 4 or 5 or 6 times. I think he won 5 times already. Either 5 or 6 times, I think he won the tournament. So I hope one day I will be able to compete and play a match versus him, and the other players that are out there, that'd be great. But I have to qualify, and I can't qualify if my OVR isn't at the meta. Right, because if I use, I might have some kind of a chance using this team now. But when I was using my gold team, the OVR advantage, the disadvantage is just way too apparent, right? Because these guys are good. Make no mistake about it. They know what they're doing, right? But because their players are so maxed out and shit, they're just gonna easily breeze right through my defense. My players can't catch up, against my gold players that I had. Maybe with this team, maybe I might have a little bit of a chance, but I'll still be at a disadvantage. But anyways, so we'll get to that point. Maybe one day I'll be able to run the meta teams, the current meta high OVR teams, and then I'll be able to run it and have legitimate chances and compete and qualify. But for now, I'm running with this 110 OVR team, which is currently on track to hitting FC champion again. It'll be my first FC champion without using a gold team. So it'll be a good first, right? Because it's easier for me now. If you guys look at the matches that when I'm using this team, the matches are getting way easier, right? I'm able to get clean sheets more now. I'm able to win 2-0, 3-0 more often now against players who have 10 plus my OVR, because it's just that much easier, right? Because like I mentioned before, I was just running with a gold team this whole time. So that's my advantage that I have over every other player in this game. That for years I've been using a gold team. Going up against players 20 plus my OVR and shit, right? Nobody has that kind of experience. Nobody has that kind of that time put in. I have to know exactly what I'm doing in these matches, right? Because if I make one little mistake, then their players are just gonna run right past mine. because they have way higher stats and shit. Anyways, y'all, I can go on and on with all this, but that's just an update, y'all. The update is that now I'm running this 110 OVR squad, Toddy Tots squad from 2025, last year's squad, and yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really happy. I'm really happy that the game is playing way more easier now, and it is what it is, right? Even though still, right? If I lose, it's not legit, right? If players have 10, 15 plus my OVR still, it's still not legit. Remember, if a guy even has one more OVR than me, then it's not legit. Every time I lose in FC Mobile, it's not legit if I'm going up against a player with high OVR, which is pretty much 10 out of 10 times, So I haven't really lost legitly yet. I haven't lost legitly yet, right? All those times I lose, it doesn't count, right? Let's be honest here. I was using a 93 gold team, and now a 110 OVR team in 2026 August. A 110 OVR team is still last year's team, last year's OVR. So pretty much every year the OVR goes up by 10 or 15 or something. So even if I lose matches here, it's still not legit. Are these players really going to try and claim that their victory against me is legit when they're using higher OVR teams that are 10 plus, 15 plus higher than mine? No. They look so stupid if they actually gonna go out and tell everybody, "Hey, look, I beat Snipes. I used my 125 team to beat him, or my 120 team to beat him, and he used a 110. I had 10, 15 plus OVR than he did. Oh, but I still won." Come on now. Let's be honest here. Let's be real here, So believe me, they don't want to play me with the same OVR, man. It'll be so freaking easy for me. Oh my god. So that's why I'm so excited for the tournaments, right? I'm looking forward to doing that eventually. Not just in FC Mobile, but also on PlayStation. Right, on PlayStation, that's the big show, right? You got players, Anders Vergang, the PlayStation GOAT. You got Tex. You got Emre Yilmaz, Levi Finn, Levi the Weird, Manu Bachori, and the list goes on, right? Nicholas 99 FC. There's so many good PlayStation players out there, and I know I belong, but of course I still have to learn how to play it on controller. I've played it before on Xbox, but never on PlayStation. So there's still going to have to be a learning curve there. And once I have everything all settled, I'll be able to stream FC Mobile and whatever PlayStation FC's out there, either FC 26 or FC 27. Who knows when I'll do it, but that way I can start streaming my matches, and then the show will continue. But until then, it's just going to be the shorts, the YouTube shorts and TikTok shorts, and yeah. All right, y'all. But if you guys believe in my story, if you guys have been with me for years, I appreciate y'all. Thanks for the support. Thanks for believing in my story. I try my best. To make my story true, to make it as believable as possible. And if you guys know, right? If you really understand FC Mobile, then you guys will understand what I'm saying on how I came up with this conclusion of being the number one player. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the show. And it's only going to get better. Once I start live streaming, it's going to be really cool. I'll be able to finally interact with y'all. What do I see all the time? Because I go on different FC Mobile and FC 26 streams, right? Right, because I'm a fan also of the top players there, or the top YouTubers or streamers, and what I see mostly all the time, even in my comments, like especially on TikTok, everybody's saying 1v1, 1v1. It's like they're 1v1 automated that's like it's like an automated response from comment. It's like an automated comment. They all say 1v1, 1v1, 1v1 me. You know, so I'll definitely be able to do that with viewers. We'll set up a day for that, like maybe on weekends or one of the days of the week. We'll be able to set that up sometimes. That event of playing with viewers. That's always cool. And yeah, you know, it's gonna be good. You know, I'm really excited. You know, if there's anyone out there, you know, in the the pro esports orgs, pro esport teams for FC Mobile, you know, if they actually saw my videos, if they actually saw how I play, then they'd easily sign me. You know, but you know this whole algorithm thing with YouTube, you know, it gets annoying sometimes, right? You would think you would think that if you upload a video for that specific category, let's say for example, in this case FC Mobile, you would think that as soon as you upload a video for FC Mobile, that it would be recommended to everybody that's searching FC Mobile, but it doesn't work like that. Same thing for the other game that I play. I don't like to talk about that game when I'm talking about FC Mobile because it's two different things. But if you guys know, you know. uh, but yeah, that's not the way it works, right? Maybe I gotta have a camera or something to show my face in that, or at least an avatar, uh, for the algorithm to push the video through more. That way, people can discover that I exist, and I know it's not gonna start blowing up until I start streaming with a computer and all that, and I know that. So that's just my next goal. My main goal is that I've been trying to do it for years, but you know, IRL circumstances, you know, certain responsibilities I have to take care of, and that prevented me from doing that for the longest time now. But I'm saving, and then eventually I'll get that PC, and then I can start streaming for y'all. All right, so definitely look forward to that. If it doesn't happen this year, it'll happen next year or something, and most definitely it'll happen next year. But hopefully we can make it happen by the end of the year. All depends on how much I focus, and yeah, we're gonna keep going. The show will keep going, and that's all I got for y'all for this one, you know. But that's the main update, right? The main update is that I am now using a 110 OVR team. No more 93 OVR Gold Team. No more Gold Team, y'all. For now. Maybe when I start streaming again. I have streamed in the past before just on my phone, but when I start streaming, when I have the setup all set up, I'll probably go back to Gold Team, you know, just for fun, you know. Will I try to will I try to will I try to climb again to FC champion using a Gold Team? Yeah. You know, that's what I want to do again eventually. You know, I try to do it this season, but you know, I just wanted to use a 110 OVR team already. I wanted to get the team upgrade. I could have possibly have done it, but this time around, I think now is the time to make the upgrade. So I made the upgrade. So the record now is 9 time FC champion using a Gold Team. No subs and badges equipped. So I try to make it 10 times, right? That'd be a great number, right? If I was able to climb it 10 times. If I was able to climb to FC champion 10 times under those conditions using a Gold Team, but it didn't happen like that, right? 9 is still a great number, right? Because I know nobody else has even done that many times anyway. I'm pretty sure nobody's even done it at all under these conditions of no subs and badges using a Gold Team. But if they did, they still got to do it 8 more times, you know. And I did it there. You know, if you guys want to check out on my playlist, it's all there. All those 9 seasons where I was able to climb to make the climb all the way to FC champion like that using a Gold Team. So I'll definitely go back to it. I'll definitely go back to using a Gold Team and try to attempt the challenge because I want to go for that number 10, right? I want to go for the 10th time. Even though I don't have to, It'd be way more. The record would look way more better if it was 10 times, right? But with 9 times already, I should be happy with that right now, right? And that's my record there, right? It's like an impossible record to beat, especially nowadays, since the OVR keeps going higher. It makes it that much more difficult. If you guys want to try, if you guys think you can do it, try it out. Go and get a gold team, a 93 or 94 gold team or whatever, and with no subs and no badges, and just try and climb to FC champion. Not only did I climb to FC champion under those conditions, but I also have won matches versus FC champions in FC champion division using a gold team with no subs and badges. See? So not only did I climb all the way to FC champion, but I was able to beat other FC champions. Not a lot of them, but I got a handful of matches where I was able to win the match versus versus an FC champion, right? Who has 20 plus my OVR. You ever heard of that before? Have you ever heard of a player that's able to compete or win a match versus an FC champion who has all their maxed out team just using a gold team? While I'm just using a gold team. Have you ever seen anybody do that? They don't exist, right? I'm the only guy that's able to do that, or that has shown to be able to do it. Can other people do it? Maybe they could, maybe they can't. I don't know. We don't know yet, right? We don't see it. We don't see the proof. I'm the only guy that's shown it, Thus, that's why. What does it mean? It means I'm the number one FC mobile player in the world. If you don't believe me, if you don't believe my story and what I'm saying when I say I'm the number one FC mobile player in the world, the true one, go ask. Go on FC Mobile Discord. FC Mobile has a Discord, right? The FC Mobile Discord. Go on the Discord. Go ask around. The who's who will tell you that it's me. They'll let you know it's me. Right? Because some people, they want to know the truth, right? And they did the research. And they understand what I'm saying on how I came up with this, right? How I realized it was me. Again, 93 OVR Gold Team, no subs, no badges equipped. 9 times. 9-time FC champion. 9-time FC champion under those conditions. Nobody's done that. Nobody's done that. So people who understand this, they're going to easily know that it's me. They're going to easily agree with what I'm saying because it's the truth. Doesn't matter if my personality or this and that. It's just all what matters is if it's the truth or not. Now the haters, I think I have more haters than I have supporters, Right? There's two types of viewers, right? There's the supporters who believe my story, who are positive. Then you have the haters who are my number one fans, right? Because they know it's me. They know I'm the actual guy, right? I'm the actual number one player. I'm the king of FC Mobile, and they're gonna just choose to hate for whatever horseshit reason of theirs. Maybe out of jealousy, maybe out of envy, hatred for some reason, right? It's very negative, but it is what it is, right? It's the internet. It's the internet, so that's what it is with people, So for some reason, there's people out there that just hate on people. People who never did anything to them, but because of what they're saying, oh, I don't like what that guy's saying. Or how dare he say he's the number one player? Even if they know deep down that it's really me. So even though if they know it's something that's a fact or it's the truth, they're still gonna just go against it for whatever reason. Because that's just the kind of player they are. That's just the kind of person they are. And it is what it is, It's the internet though, right? That's how it is, This is one of the most toxic games out there, right? This is one of the most toxic franchises out there, right? When it comes to soccer, or in Europe it's football, right? Or everywhere else in the world it's called football. So it's it's just what it is, right? Even in the actual sport, right? Even though players get fined if they start attacking each other and shit, but you know, in the esports and in gaming, there's definitely a big toxic culture out there for whatever reason, right? Because people get mad, right, when they lose in matches or whatever, and then instead of just going on about their day and trying again the next time, they have to go out of their way to throw insults and shit to people over a video game. Oh, your kill versus me wasn't legit, or your goals versus me wasn't legit, or whatever bullshit, you know. Let's look at this game for example, right? I believe most people here are FC Mobile players, right? That's the only reason why you click on this video. If you're an FC Mobile player, you know what I'm talking about, right? When the match is going on, you got players who are constantly spamming the emojis, right? They're either spamming the red thumbs down emoji or the shush emoji, right? This shit right here. They either spam this one, the red thumbs down emoji, the bad emoji, they call it the bad emoji, or they're spamming. There's even an animated version of the red thumbs down emoji. Okay, but the other one of the most other common ones is this one here. The shush emoji. This one, the shush emoji. This is the classic one. So either spamming this emoji or the red thumbs down emoji, either at the end of the match or during the match. Right? It's in the game, so it's part of it. They're trying to send you the signal, hey man, I'm being toxic. You're bad at the game and this and that, or stop talking. And that's just how it is with these people, you know. It's crazy though. I don't know why they don't allow people to find a way how to unlock these other emojis and shit. Because there's no way to freaking unlock the old ones. That's terrible. Because what about the players who are just starting the game? You know, they can't fucking they can't ever get those emojis unlocked, or the kits. The kits or emojis are just forever locked because you have to get them during that certain time period. So if it was from a year ago, you're not going to get it, you know, or even the last month stuff. So I don't know why they do it like that. You know, they should have everything available for people to unlock somehow, either by paying for it or grinding some kind of shit in the game, some kind of resource. But it is what it is, y'all. Okay, so I recommend if you guys want to hear about more about my story, ask around, right? Go ask in an FC Mobile Discord and see what people say about me. So, hey, you know about Surgical Snipes? He keeps claiming to be the number one FC Mobile player in the world. Is it true? And some will say yes, some will say no. The ones who say yes understand FC Mobile, that's why they're saying yes. The ones who say no, they know it's actually me, but they're coming from a place of hate when the empirical evidence is all there. Again, if a guy's gonna say if a guy's gonna go against my claim of being the number one player, right? Maybe he thinks he's a better player than me. I'll ask him this: what are you equipping? Oh, you climbed to FC champion. Okay, what kind of team did you use? Did you equip substitutes? Did you equip badges? Did you equip playstyles? Did you have a meta OVR team? Let's be honest, that's how they do it. It's so easy for a player who understands, for an average player to hit FC champion if he has a meta squad, a meta team. But the players that do it, who are 10, 20, or even 30 OVR below the max OVR currently of the game, those are the ones you really got to watch out for, right? Because those are the ones who are actually just that much mechanically more gifted. Because they prove it, right? And I don't want to be toxic or anything like that or promote negativity, but if people are going to talk shit, especially to the players who I faced, right? Like the ones that I was able to beat, it if I win the match, let's just go here. If I lose the match, let's start with this. If I lose the match, I don't that doesn't prove anything, right? You beat a guy with a gold team or with a lower OVR team, right? If you have 10, 15, 20 plus my OVR and you win the match, what did you prove? You didn't prove anything there, right? But if I win, if I somehow win the match, then all your FC Mobile credit just goes down the drain. You know? I mean, shit, you're going to let a guy with a freaking gold team win versus your team has 20 plus my OVR? Come on. So anybody who loses against me pretty much loses all their FC Mobile credit if they're going to be hollering and hooting about being a good player, right? I mean, shit, you let a guy with a gold team beat you, man. And you're saying you're a good player? Come on, man. That's bullshit, right? It's kind of embarrassing, isn't it? As an FC Mobile player. They keep saying, oh, they're this great player. And then a guy with a gold team just beats them. Or it doesn't happen like that all the time. I'm the only guy that does that, right? So I'm the exception, right? Because I'm the actual number one player of the game. But you guys know what I'm saying? So the guy who has the higher OVR is always going to have the pressure on him, right? He's expected to win, right? He has the higher OVR team. He has the higher overall team. So he has the higher chance of winning. So, yeah, y'all that's my message to all the haters, aka number one fans, right? How are you going to doubt a guy that fucking did something that you never did in this game? You won't even attempt to even try to do what I do in this game, right? Because it's so difficult for you. It's normal for me. I've been doing this for years. I've been winning matches versus players 20 plus my OVR for years. So if they're gonna doubt me and shit, I'll ask them, hey, did you ever beat a team that's 20 plus your OVR? If the answer is no, which it is, then you shouldn't be talking horse shit, right? So I don't want to hear it from these people. I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to hear anything they have to say because they know they're full of shit. They don't know what they're talking about. Because if they knew what they were talking about, they wouldn't have been saying this shit about me. And that's as real as I can explain it. All right, y'all. So I'm not going to keep going on with the negative, toxic stuff that happens in this community, in this franchise of this game of the football games. And, it is what it is. But that's the actual facts, right? Tournament players, tournament players, they're going up against other pro players, pro tournament players who are using the same maxed out OVR squads. So they're playing at an even playing field. Nobody's played me on an even playing field yet, so you can only imagine if I'm able to win matches or at least make the matches competitive when the players are 20 plus my OVR. You can only imagine. You can only imagine what I do if the OVR was the same. Can you imagine that shit? That's why I'm trying to let EA know that I exist. That's why I'm doing these videos. But if I have to qualify, then I have to get a current meta OVR team. It'd be nice to skip all that qualifying shit and just get invited just for being the number one matchmaking player, right? But hey, this guy's talking a lot of shit. This guy's saying he's the best player. He has a bunch of matches claiming to be the number one player. He must be crazy. Okay, let's put it to the test. Let me get invited to the fucking tournaments and I will do what I do. And I'll go up against Totonaka 22 and all these top pro players. Am I going to win every match? Of course not, right? Nobody's perfect. Not even Anders Vergang. Anders Vergang, the GOAT of PlayStation. even he loses matches, right? It happens. Just because you're the best in the game doesn't mean you're indestructible, that you can't lose. Everybody loses matches because we're all human, right? And everybody has their good days and their bad days. It's just the top players are going to be the most consistent. So, and even with that, they're still going to have their off days, right? I have my off days also, because you never know what a guy's going through IRL. If he has some kind of negative thing or something that's on his mind more than the game, then it'll affect his performance. So it is what it is, y'all. I'm not claiming to be perfect. I'm far from it. But when it comes to these games, right, the games I'm claiming to be the number one player in, nobody else can say that they have done what I've done. And that's why I'm claiming to be the number one player of the games that I claim to be the number one player in. All right, y'all. So hopefully that will clarify more stuff, And this little update, right? I'm not using a gold team. From now on, I'm using this team now, this 110 OVR team, probably for the rest of the year. And, the show will continue. I'll keep uploading the matches. I'll climb to FC Champion. I'll win matches in FC Champion using this team. Will I try to go for the 50 stars and shit like that? I don't know. I don't think I can do it with this kind of a team still. I'll probably get closer to that than what I could have with the with the gold team, right? The gold team, I most like I was like 4 or 5 stars, or not even that probably, and then I just kept losing matches, right? Because if you're an FC champion, you know that if you lose a star, you go back down, right? To get 20 stars, you have to win 20 in a row, or 50 in a row if you want to get 50 stars or higher. It's that crazy. It'd be way easier though if the OVR wasn't an issue. Shit, I'd easily get 50 plus stars, right? 100 stars or more if I had the same OVR as everybody else. But anyways, this video's been going on for a while now. So I'll leave it there, y'all. Stay tuned for some more FC Mobile videos. Maybe I'll do a couple tutorial videos. I've been saying that for a long time, and I think my next one will be a tutorial video, like on how I play the game. All right, y'all. So that's gonna be it for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I will see you in the next one.